What's up guys? So Apple had their WWDC event today. It just wrapped up, so I'm going to be doing my video recap. I'm kind of sick and my voice is kind of gone, so bear with me. I may mess up a few times. It is a lot of stuff to talk about, so I wrote it all down here on my iPad and I'm going to be going through everything and hopefully get through it as best as I can. But there's a ton of stuff to talk about, so let's get started immediately. So the three things they talked about today are Lion, iOS 5, and iCloud. If you would like to skip to any of those parts, you can go ahead and click these little annotations on the video right here, and you can skip to the part you want. That way you don't have to listen to stuff that you're not interested in, because this is going to be a long video. So the first thing is Lion. There are over 250 features in Lion. I'm only going to be talking about a few here. Mission Control, which unifies like expose and spaces, so it actually gives you lots of new gestures and all kinds of stuff where you can control everything all in one window. There's all kinds of different little swipes and stuff on the trackpad, and it actually looks really nice. There is multi-touch gestures now on all trackpads, and that works very well in Lion. There's full screen apps. They were demoing some, such as Photo Booth and some others. There's now no scroll bars in Safari, so you actually just do everything from the trackpad. That looks actually really nice, and it looks like everything behaves kind of like iOS with the scrolling and how the gestures work on the trackpad. The Mac App Store is now going to be built into Lion. It's going to have push notifications as well as in-app purchases, so that's really cool. There's a new feature called Launchpad, which actually looks a lot like folders on iOS, which you can basically pinch and it will open up the folder and you can see all of your apps inside that folder. So it is essentially folders on your Mac. There's another new feature called Resume, which will actually bring you to wherever you left off in any application, and it's actually super detailed. So like if you had text highlighted in a text document, you closed it and then you open it back up, that text is even still going to be highlighted. It's super detailed. And there's autosave, which will automatically save documents without having to do anything. You can set it to not save it. You can easily duplicate stuff, like if you're working on a document you can duplicate it. You can switch between copies very easily and copy and paste from one to another, and you can even browse all the versions of the autosave. And the next app they talked about is AirDrop, which allows you to drag and drop files from one computer to another that is on your network. It all works in the Finder window. You can see all the people that are running AirDrop on your network. You can send files. The recipient gets a prompt of it that confirms they want it, and it downloads to the downloads folder. Next is Mail. There's a few cool updates to this. There is a new design and multi-column view. It looks kind of like the iPad client, which is nice. The search is improved a lot. You can actually search through subjects, contacts, and all kinds of different stuff like that. There is a conversation view in Mail, so you can actually view it in a conversation type format. And attachments even show in line with the conversation view, so it's not just at the bottom or top of your email. And in the pictures I've seen, there's also a new little favorites bar on there, along with little snippets on each mail. Like I said, there are over 250 more features in Lion. Those are just some of the ones they talked about. Of course, I will be doing some demos and stuff for all this stuff. Just stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe for those videos coming up soon. Lion will be the easiest upgrade ever. There's not going to be any more disk. You download it from the App Store. It's a 4 GB download, and it's only $30. If you pay for it once, you can download it on all your other computers, and that's awesome. The developer preview of Lion will be available today, and the official release will be in July, so it's actually not long of a wait. I'll try to get my hands on the developer preview and give you guys my take on it. So next we're going to talk about iOS 5, but first off we have to talk about some stats. We know how Apple likes to brag about all the things they've done. There are 200 million devices sold, that's iOS devices. They are the #1 mobile operating system with 44% of market share. 25 million iPads have been sold in the first 14 months. There's been 15 billion songs sold on iTunes. They're the #1 music retailer in the world, that's obvious. The iBook store has sold 130 million books. The App Store has 425,000 apps, and 90,000 of those are specifically made for the iPad. 14 billion downloads from the App Store so far, all within less than 3 years. Apple paid out $2.5 billion to developers in the App Store. That's a lot of money to pay out. And they have a customer base of over 225 million users, all connected with a credit card. That's pretty good for Apple. And now to actually talk about iOS 5, the thing you guys have been waiting for. There are over 200 new features in iOS. We're only be talking about a few here. So first off is notifications. A lot of people have been waiting for a new notification system on the iPhone, and it's finally here, and I think they did a fantastic job with it. So the way they're going to be doing this is through their notification center, so it's actually in its own app. And it's a single place which combines all of your notifications on all apps. You can get it anytime, anywhere from swiping down from the top, and it shows up all of your notifications. It's not annoying, so it doesn't pop up while you're doing something. You only get it if you scroll down. It will give you a little animation at the top, but it's not going to affect what you're doing or stop what you're doing at all. And the lock screen's also improved. They actually got a lot of stuff on the lock screen where you can just swipe and it'll actually go directly to the app that you swiped. Where the notification is from. And in some of the live blogs that I was reading, they said that you could see weather and stock notifications in the Notification Center app. And there's even a handy little X button to clear all of your notifications. And now there's even an app like iBooks for news. And it's basically a newsstand app which integrates all of your magazines and newspapers and everything you subscribe to all in one app, and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to go over that because I'm not interested in that. One of the things that I'm most excited about is Twitter. They've actually had deep Twitter integration into the new iOS 5 software. So since it's built into the iPhone, it's actually a lot easier to use. There's a single sign-on. It works in all apps. You can integrate Twitter in any app that you develop. It works in Safari, so if you're on a Safari page, you can actually pull up something to tweet whatever you're looking at right in Safari. You don't have to go to the Twitter app itself. The UI looks really, really nice, and it basically works in any app that you want it to or it has access to, such as Safari, YouTube, Maps, Camera, lots of others. And it will even sync your Twitter contacts with your contacts in your phone and add photos and everything like that with it. Next is some updates to Safari. It kind of looks like Instapaper with the new updates, and I think most of the stuff they're demoing is now mainly for the iPad. You can actually email story content. So that means actually the content in the story along with a link. It works great on the iPhone and iPad. Ignore what I just said a minute ago. And then now they have a reading list which will actually allow you to read everything later. And it will actually sync across all of your devices. It's lightning fast. And there's actually now tab browsing, so it's going to work flawlessly and it's going to work great and fast, as well as a tweet button, as I mentioned before, where you can tweet anything you're looking at. Next app they talked about, which I'm super excited for, is called Reminders, and it's basically a to-do list / reminder app for your iPhone. And basically what it does is you can make tons of different lists. You can have different lists for different things. You can assign dates, which it will remind you on those dates. And you can even set locations with those dates. So if you go into another state or a different location, it will remind you of something. They've actually did some really nice updates to the camera app. You can now go straight to the camera app from your lock screen with their little lock screen shortcut. It's a lot faster now. You can double tap the home button and then hit the camera icon, so it makes it even faster to access if you're just using your phone. And you can even set a passcode on the camera app, as well as use the volume up button to take a picture. I'm sure you've had a problem where you've tried to take a picture with your phone and you kind of figure out where the button is. It's a lot easier if you can just press the volume up button, so that's a nice feature. You can now hold your finger to set the autofocus or auto exposure, and there's now actually options to edit the pictures straight from your phone. So you can have optional grid lines as you're taking a picture. You can reduce red eye. You can crop and rotate the pictures, as well as auto enhance from your iPhone. So the camera app has had some amazing new updates to it. The next thing they talked about was Mail. They've got some new rich text formatting. You can control indentation. You've got draggable addresses, flagging. Search entire messages. You can swipe the inbox in and out in iPad portrait mode. They now added support for S/MIME. I have no idea what that is, but that's cool. They now have a system-wide dictionary in the Mail app, which is kind of like the iBooks dictionary that they have for it. There's now keyboard enhancements, which actually look really, really cool on the iPad. So like if you want to, you can actually have two different keyboards on both sides of your iPad, so it makes it a lot easier for typing. So you don't have one that's just spread out across the whole screen. That's actually probably going to speed up typing a lot. And next up is the Game Center. They said they had 50 million unique users, and they actually had the audacity to compare it to Xbox Live. Not as many members on that, but I think Xbox Live is a little bit better than Game Center. Anyways, it's better on iOS now. You can add photos and avatars. You can find friends of friends. They got recommended friends, game discovery, which that's actually really nice because you can find new games. You can now purchase and download directly from the Game Center. So if you see an app you like that your friend's playing, you can go ahead and download it directly there, not have to go to the App Store and find it. The next thing they talked about is iMessage, which is basically the BlackBerry Messenger on the iPhone. It's just for iOS users. You can message back and forth. You can send videos, pictures, contacts, you can have group messaging. It's supported over 3G and Wi-Fi. I'm sure AT&T and Verizon and all the other cell phone carriers out there are definitely going to be really happy about this. So basically it's like iChat for your iPhone, but you can do it just through iOS devices, and it actually looks really cool. It kind of looks just like iChat on your iPhone. It syncs up across all of your devices, and it also has push notifications, so if you're on your iPhone or iPad and you want to switch to another device, you can pick up right where you left off in the conversation. So iMessages is going to be really cool, and I'm probably going to be downgrading my messaging plan considering most of the people I talk to have an iOS device anyways. And the thing that probably impressed me the most about iOS 5 is that it's PC free. That means you don't have to plug it up to your computer to activate your device. There's no USB cables at all. Everything such as software updates are all automatically downloaded to your device over the air. iOS 5 will be available this fall for the iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, iPad 1, iPad 2, iPod Touch 3G, and iPod Touch 4G. Sorry for you guys who have the old devices, just not going to get an update. And iOS 5 will be released today for developers, so I will get my hands on that and be posting a video very soon for you guys, showing you guys some of the new features. And the third thing they talked about is iCloud. I'm super excited for this. Basically what it does is it takes all of your data across all your devices and syncs them all up, and it uses the cloud to do this. So if you do something on your iPhone, such as you add a new contact, you take a picture or anything like that, it's going to send it to the cloud and then send it back to all your devices. So say if you did something on your iPhone, it's going to send it to your iPad, your computers, everything. So everything's synced between each other automatically. So iCloud is actually going to be replacing Mobile Me. I think it's actually going to cease to exist after iCloud. You're actually going to get an @me.com account, and all messages are synced and pushed across all devices. And the great thing is iCloud is actually free. With the App Store, it's going to show you all of your purchase and download history, so you can see if you've got an app on your iPhone, you can actually get it on your iPad for free and not worry about having to pay for it again. iBooks works really nice with iCloud, so if you go and buy a book on your iPad, it automatically starts downloading on your iPhone. Documents are even pushed to the cloud using the Pages app, so if you do a document on the Pages app on your computer, it automatically gets pushed to the cloud on your iPad, and you can edit it straight from your iPad, and then it's going to save on your computer too. And it's going to work with Pages, Numbers, and even Keynote. And the versions they released of those apps are actually already set to work with iCloud. So basically it makes the file transferring and saving automatic and effortless. They've also added a new thing called Photo Stream, which basically takes all the pictures you've taken and syncs them to the cloud across all of your devices. So if you take a picture on your iPhone and you had to restore it, or something went wrong with it and it broke, you don't have to lose all those pictures. It's automatically synced to the cloud and then all of your other devices. And it's built right into the iPhone as well as the Apple TV, so you can view all of your pictures in your photo stream on your Apple TV as well as all of your other devices. So if you wanted to pick your iPad up later after taking a picture on your iPhone, you can do that, and you don't have to transfer it on your computer and then sync it to your iPad. Photos are stored for 30 days in the cloud, and it will store up to 1,000 photos. You can actually save them all to your PC when you do it too, so it's just going to save those all up in the cloud. But you can also sync it to your computer and have it there, so you don't have to worry about saving it manually or anything like that. It's automatically going to do it for you. It does work over Wi-Fi, so you will have to be at home when it does this, but it's going to do it automatically anyways. And the next thing, which is pretty awesome, is iTunes in the cloud. So if you go and buy something on your iPhone, it's automatically going to start downloading on all of your other devices. So you don't have to do it manually, and you don't have to keep track of what songs you've purchased and what songs you haven't purchased. So it's automatically going to do it for you. So for example, if I bought a song on my Mac, it's automatically going to be on my iPad and iPhone. Same way it goes if I bought it on my iPhone, it's automatically going to be on my iPad and my Mac. iTunes in the cloud is free, and it works with your Apple ID with up to 10 devices. So if you buy a song on your iPad, you don't have to pay for it again to put it on your Mac or your iPhone. You're going to get 5 gigabytes of storage for mail, docs, and backups. Everything else, such as music, apps, all that stuff is completely free. Now you're probably thinking, what are you going to do with all those songs that you have that you downloaded illegally or you bought from Amazon that doesn't work with iTunes or you didn't buy from iTunes? Well, they've actually got a service that you can pay $25 a year for, and it'll actually go through there, detect all those songs, and put it in your iTunes library so that it will work with the cloud. There's some developer betas for iCloud today, and the official release will be this fall. So there you go, that's everything that they talked about today at the Apple event. I'm sorry this video is so long, there's just so much to cover. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a little click of the like button. I'm not asking for much. My throat is killing me after saying all this. Like, I literally just want to go rip my throat out right now, so it'll feel better. I know that won't make it feel better, but I wish it would. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button up there, and that will let you know when I release new videos. I'm going to cover all of this stuff in detail and actually show you hands-on videos with all this stuff. Hopefully I'll get my hands on the developer previews of all this stuff and post some videos for you guys. So make sure you subscribe, and that will let you know on your YouTube homepage when that stuff is out. That's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.